My question for the math project was how do adults take more steps than teenagers on average? And with the data, I proved that adults do take more steps on average than teenagers. The mean for the teenagers was 5,483. The median was 4,929. The standard deviation was 3,626. And the interquartile range was 5,162. There were no outliers because all of the data was very close together. For the frequency table for teenagers, there was a lot of frequency between the 3,000 and 4,000 step range. And for the relative frequency table, there was two separate recordings of 3,000 steps taken. And this was the only double set of data. This box plot shows that the teenager data ranged from 260 to 13,980. My dot plot for the teenager data shows that the only time two of the same numbers were recorded was at 3,000. My histogram for the teenage data showed that most teenagers had a range of steps between the 2,000 and the 5,000 range. The largest green slice for the teenager data represents the 10.6%, and that is 13,980, and the smallest one is 260. The mean for the adult data was 9,418. The median was 11,500. The standard deviation was 6,379. The interquartile range was 12,192. And there were no outliers, just like with the teenager data, because once again the data was very close together, so there wasn't much space for there to be any kind of gaps between them. The relative frequency table for the adult data was very dispersed, so there was a lot of data in between. And for the relative frequency table for the adult data, it was very dispersed. There was no repetition of any numbers at all. The box plot for the adult data shows that all the data was very close together and that there was no outliers or things that stood out. The adult dot plot with the data shows that it was all very uniform and that there was no jumps or spikes in the data. The adult histogram shows that there was a lot of data in the beginning and at the end with steps. The pie chart for the adult data shows that all of the numbers were very close together and that all of the parts are all the steps taken by the adults. Teenagers, and I think that the reason why adults take more steps than teenagers per day is because they're doing more things in their daily life. They might have to go to the grocery store more, or they might have to do things that make them walk around a lot more than teenagers. It's like that my hypothesis that and the proof too that adults do take more steps than teenagers. With the proof, and so yeah, I think this project was really interesting to learn about how steps affect our daily life and like who takes more than like certain age groups and stuff. So yeah, thank you.